Hello everyone, and welcome to the Dex223 monthly recap for October. There's a lot happening with Dex223 right now. The security audit is underway. The token converter has been updated. The D223 token contract will be upgraded, and we are gearing up for our upcoming listing on Bitmart and the mainnet launch in the next weeks if everything goes as planned. Joining us today is Dexaran, the founder and lead developer of Dex223. My name is Marcus, and I'm excited to host today's show. After Dexaran's update, I'll be asking some questions we've gathered from the community over the past few days. If you have any questions during or after the session, feel free to ask in the community chat on Telegram or in the comments below. Just a quick note, due to scheduling conflicts, we decided to pre-record this session on October 25. So as you can imagine, excitement is rising, and I understand that some community members are getting impatient, but maybe you know software development isn't always a linear process. We sometimes encounter challenges that need to be addressed thoroughly. There can be no compromises when it comes to security of a DEX, especially Dex223. With that said, I'll hand it over to you, Dexaran. Thank you for taking time to update our community each month. The stage is yours.
Yeah, hello everyone. This time it will be a recorded monthly recap, but I will try to host it live next month. This month I'm traveling a lot and I will be moving to DevCon. Unfortunately, I cannot be a speaker there, but probably I will meet some key persons from Ethereum community that I can communicate with regarding what we are proposing to change in the ecosystem, and I still want to talk with them. So I'll be moving in the next weeks. As a result, this will be a recorded session, and I will only answer the questions from the community that we collected in a written form previously. So let's start with a recap of what was done during this month. First of all, I would like to announce the addition to our team. We've hired a full-time security auditor. He was previously working in our Callisto security department, and he has the best score out there. And currently, our best Callisto auditor is joining our Dex223 team as a full-time expert. I would like to exchange this role with him, so I would like to transfer him to the role of the code writer, so that I could be the security auditor myself. But for now, he's reviewing the code that I wrote and other developers in our team wrote recently. During this month, there were a lot of security-related activities. We've started a security audit of D223 token and token converter. Those are completed. D223 token and the migration contract is finalized. So we fixed all the issues. They were re-audited again, and we are ready to go live with this. We will deploy the migration contract maybe today or next day, and the new D223 token will be listed on Bitmart. We are doing this to address some misimplementations related to the standard itself. So our older D223 token is not 100% compatible with the latest changes in the ERC-223 standard, which was also in development at the same time. And this is the downside of developing two things in parallel, the standard and the implementation at the same time. If the standard changes, you have to address it in the implementation, and Ethereum smart contracts are immutable. So we will have to upgrade this token contract by deploying a new one and letting everyone to exchange the old version for the new version through the smart contract. The token converter is a service that transforms ERC20 tokens to ERC223 and back from ERC223 version to ERC20. This is proposed as an EIP 7417 in Ethereum community. You can also find this in the EIP repository and ERC. I think it's now in a separate ERC repository. So the converter is going to be finalized, I believe, in the next month. Currently, it's moved to review status. I'm moving into review. In Ethereum, you have to submit a proposal in a draft status, then it's going to review status. If everything is correct, it is moved to last call. And if there are no issues discovered during the last call, it can be finalized. After that, it cannot be changed anymore. So right now we are moving to review, and the review is ongoing. The EIP moderators requested changes to the converter documentation. The documentation is updated, and in parallel, we had a security audit that exposed a few issues that we also addressed. So the converter is upgraded, and now we are ready to attach the security audit and proceed. But right now, it depends on Ethereum moderators on how fast they can handle this. The next week, we are planning to start the audit of the main platform. I think the core smart contracts of D223 platform, as well as the periphery, I mean the non-fungible position manager and the auto listing contracts and something which is not the core functionality, but still an integral part of our ecosystem. All these contracts are going to be audited starting from next week. It will take most likely a week or two. We have contacted the BioSyn, a security auditor. This is an organization, and they will be auditing it in parallel with our in-team auditor. So BioSyn promised us that it will take only 1 week. For our auditor, it will most likely take a little bit longer. So we are moving to the final stage of the platform launch preparations. And once these security audits are completed, we will consider the calls final, and we will deploy them on Ethereum mainnet in the near future. Yeah.
Great. What about listing?
Yeah, this is a very common question. What about listing? We are going to announce the migration process and deploy the new D223 token. And the new version, once it's deployed, it will be listed on Bitmart. I think that it will not happen overnight, so it's not like we will deploy it and 1 second later it will be immediately listed on Bitmart. But after this is deployed, we will communicate to Bitmart that this is the final contract and you can list this. In our listing contract with Bitmart, there is a point that we are listing D223 token in 2 versions. Like it's ERC223 version and it's ERC20 version created through the converter. And they are also listing the USDT in its ERC223 version. So the main important step for us is the adoption of ERC223 and the converter as a standard process in the centralized exchange ecosystem. So that if some centralized exchange can support this process and it will work fine for quite some time, others can just follow the process as well. And this is mostly important for us. Maybe even more important than the token trading itself, because it can be traded on any DEX, but the support of both standards can only happen on centralized exchange first. So we will list D223 token in this ERC-223 version once it's deployed, but the ERC-223 USDT and ERC-20 D223 token can be listed once the converter is deployed. And we are not going to deploy the converter before the KIP reaches the last call status. So those who will need to wait for Ethereum moderators to approve the code and the documentation of the proposal. So that's it. As we are approaching the security procedures, I was speaking about the bug bounty before, and the bug bounty will be held after the completion of all the security audits. It will be delayed. Honestly, I've announced it that it will happen in the beginning of October, and it's late October already, and there's no bug bounty because the security audits are quite long, and we found a lot of issues even prior to the security audit start, and we were fixing them for 1.5 months. So the bug bounty was delayed, but it will still happen. And if you are a security expert, or if you can test the software, or you can review the Solidity code, please take a look at our contracts. And if you will find any bugs, we will pay you the bounty. After the security audit is completed, we will announce the terms of the bug bounty. Second, as I've said, we are going to launch on EOS EVM after the Ethereum launch, but this is not yet confirmed, but this is what I'm in favor of doing. There are some conditions that can change, obviously, but this is the current plan. We are currently assembling a list of EVM chains that we are going to deploy our DEX to. We have discussed previously with the team that we want to deploy on the second chain in 3 months, but right now I'm in favor of doing it much quicker. So if we will deploy on Ethereum, we can deploy on the next chain in maybe a few weeks or 1 month. And after the second deployment, we can deploy to the third chain in 1 or 2 weeks. And we need to build this chain's ecosystem quite quickly and capture the share of the market. So we're currently assembling this list of chains that we're going to support, and we are defining the schedule for deploying. Right now it's Ethereum, then EOS, but we can insert something in between, or we can append more chains to this list. And if you have any ideas or suggestions for us, you are free to communicate them to the team in our Telegram channel, and we will value any inputs and we will take a look. But right now the team is doing this research ourselves. So if you want to advise us or suggest us any chain that you want us to support, this is your chance. Okay, so also during this month, we've made a number of partnerships for the launch of our DEX. This is mostly done by the Randall and the EOS support team, because me and the Absolute Wallet members were also contacting some project developers who had their tokens deployed on Ethereum chain, and personally, I've received a lot of, I don't want to use the term negative feedbacks, but most of people I was communicating with were not that much interested in listing on an exchange that introduces some non-standard listing methods, like auto-listing contracts, before they see how this works. As a result, we don't have a big list of assets that will support on the launch. And I would like to remind everyone that we have a transparent listing process. And you can apply on our GitHub, or you can suggest us any projects that we can take a look at and add them to the default token list on our exchange. So we are looking for the projects that want to list their token on our exchange. And we are obviously interested in their capabilities of providing liquidity themselves. But we are ready to discuss any incentivizations for them to help them to incentivize the liquidity providers to engage with our ecosystem. Also, I think that we will have a campaign once the token converter is finalized. We will just go to GitHubs of projects that have the ERC20 tokens, and we will expose the ERC20 token vulnerabilities, and not really the vulnerabilities, but security flaws and the money lost in their GitHub issues. Mostly issues are used for the exposure of such problems, and that's what we're going to do. We would like to write these small exposures in every GitHub of every GitHub account, organization, or repository that has ERC20 token codes.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it will have any positive effect on the safety of the Ethereum ecosystem, but at least people need to know about this. And we were evaluating the ERC20 token losses script. We have a script that calculates the amount of tokens that were lost during since 2017, and there are quite a lot of money lost. But we've discovered that some contracts implement the feature that allows the creator of the contract to extract any tokens that were deposited accidentally to their contract. So I would like to remind everyone that there is an issue. You don't need to send your tokens to smart contracts. You need to be careful. And if you are a smart contract developer, it's a good idea to implement this feature that would allow you to extract the tokens. And I'm quite happy to see that our efforts didn't go unnoticed. And there are a lot of implementations that already use this practice that we suggested. So that's quite a huge milestone for us. I will say that our margin trading UI is mostly completed. It will be published in a written report. You will be able to observe our Figma. The margin trading UI is it's not the front-end implementation yet. It's just a template of how it will look. So you will be able to observe it there. And right now, the team is mostly working on the bug fixes. We have a lot of tasks, the small tasks in the front end. We are fixing the UI. We have a lot of clarifications that we need to apply. For example, there are a lot of tooltips that are missing, and we need to correct the texts, correct the workflows. We have discovered a lot of issues with mobile MetaMask, and thank you everyone who have reported the issues previously. If you want to test the exchange, it will be very valuable for us. And if you can provide us with your feedbacks, you are welcome. So we are currently fixing all the bugs, and we will focus on this prior to the Dex launch. And this is what our front-end developers are mostly doing. So I think that's it. I will publish the written report. I will attach the bug fixes document there and the Figma template. I missed the Figma announcement during the report for the previous month. So in this month, I will be doing this. Stay tuned for the news, and you will have to upgrade your D223 tokens to the new contract version if you want to trade it on Bitmart, because the new version will be listed on Bitmart.
So there's another few community questions. One from a member regarding competition. So he asked, what are your thoughts on the upcoming Unichain and other LT solutions? What challenges do you foresee for Dex223? How can we compete in terms of scalability and cost efficiency? Additionally, do we have a solid marketing plan to capture a significant portion of the market?
Well, we are mostly focusing on security and availability for, I would say, smaller scale teams and token developers. So our main, our main audience in this area are small projects and those people who are interested in high risk, high reward, potentially crypto gems. And we're doing everything to capture this niche. For example, the auto listing contracts. They are moving the listing process from complicated activity that every project has to undergo to semi-automatic process that can happen in a matter of minutes. So if you know how to interact with the contracts and you have the tokens to pay for the listing, you can just list your token and see it tradable in the interface within a couple of minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, so regarding the marketing strategy, and I would say this is more of a go-to-market strategy, not marketing strategy and so on. We were originally planning to launch on Ethereum chain and attract some users from Uniswap and other decentralized exchanges by incentivizing the liquidity providers with the funds that we raised on the ICO. But right now we are adjusting the go-to-market strategy, and we will obviously deploy on Ethereum because it's already announced, and we will just stick to the plan in this case. But we are trying to prioritize chains where the Uniswap is not yet deployed. So we will go there and take the niche of the exchange that can provide its features for the users who don't have these big options there. At the same time, we will have the margin trading feature in the future, but right now we don't yet have the implementation, and we are not sure about whether these smaller chains will seriously have enough liquidity to provide us with the market, which is not that manipulative, which is required for the safe margin trading, because you don't want to engage in any margin trading activities on a chain where the liquidity is so low that a guy with $1,000 can just cause a candle that will wipe out all the positions and cause cascading liquidations. This is also important for us. So that's why the margin trading is important for Ethereum chain, and we are trying to build the exchange there, as it was announced before. But at the same time, we will spread to smaller chains. And I think that we have quite decent chances to capture this role on ERC layer. We will most likely prioritize ERC deployment after the Ethereum chain. You can observe that our EOS block producer claimed quite a high position in the rankings of US block producers, and it was in top 30 a few days ago. But right now, I think we got outcompeted and we are on 32nd position. But we are trying to pick the niche that we can take. And this is currently our go-to-market strategy. We are just picking the right chains and right ecosystems that we can deploy to, so that we can acquire as much users as we can by providing them with features that no other big players are providing in this area.
Yes, awesome. So leveraging the first mover advantage on the new chains. The second question, are we relying solely on raised funds, or can we expect developers and core team members to invest some of their own resources to ensure the project's success? Given the past mentions of budget constraints, how committed is the team to making Dex223 a success?
Well, I don't think that this is a valid question about how I'm managing my personal assets, and I can't speak on behalf of other team members regarding how they are managing their personal money. This is just not a valid question. I would say that I've spent quite a significant amount of my personal funds during the first stage before any ICOs, because, you know, we haven't just started the project with ready-to-go ICO. Prior to the ICO, a lot of stuff was already done, and someone paid for this, and it was me.
Okay, all right. Yeah, this was quite a provocative question, to be honest. I'm sorry about that. The last question arose about the pre-sale tokens. So what is the status of the token migration first? And another user had a question about tokens acquired during the pre-sale. He said he bought some tokens stored in MetaMask, but now his MetaMask can't connect with the Callisto network. Is there any way to retrieve the tokens?
Well, regarding the pre-sale tokens on Callisto chain, we've made a snapshot. And you will not need to interact with any breach or any service or engage in any proof of burn activity. We'll just deliver the tokens ourselves. You don't need to do anything. You just need to make sure that your address is in the snapshot. You can find the announcement in our news channel, or if you got lost there and it was replaced by more recent announcements, I will most likely pin the message once again. So we have a snapshot where every user and address who bought the pre-sale D223 tokens on Callisto chain. It is listed there in the snapshot, and we will just take the tokens on Ethereum chain and deliver to every holder of this address on Ethereum chain once the new D223 token is deployed. Because we don't want to do this prior to the migration contract. So there is no point in delivering the old version of D223 token to everyone who bought it on the private sale, and then telling the people, oh, now you have to pay for the gas to convert it to the new D223 token. We will just deliver it ourselves. But we need to deploy the new version first.
Sure, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Dexaran. It's quite evident that a tremendous amount of effort is being put into this Dex223, and there's considerable pressure also to deliver a quality product, right? So as we move forward, we encourage everyone to stay engaged and support the project, provide your feedback, check out the GitHub. So we're all excited to see what the future holds for Dex223. So stay tuned, follow us on X. Be sure to join our Telegram channels as well. Dex223 is available in 9 languages, including Chinese, Korean, Russian, Turkish, and many more languages. We want to make sure everyone is included, so join the channel that suits you best to stay informed. Thank you to everyone who listens to this recap. We look forward to our next update. Have a great day. Dexaran, I'll leave you the final words.
Thank you, everyone. Special thanks for everyone who participated in the testing of our prototype. Stay tuned and read the written version of the report if you want to find the documents there, or browse the source codes and look for more technical information.